Good morning, everyone. This is Monday, April 20th, and we just got I'm sure you all know, last Friday we got the word that school's going to be out through the end of the year, and I'm sad about it. I'm having a hard time. I'm grieving of the loss of all the things that we do in the spring and seeing seniors kind of get to that finish line that you've been working for so long and spending time with all of you guys. Apologize, my husband is leaf blowing or something. Anyway, I'm just sad, and I'm thinking about you guys a lot. I know everybody's dealing with their own different things and their own different challenges, but I'm grateful that we're all staying safe. It's just really strange. It makes me sad to not see the art that you guys would have been producing this year, especially with our computer problems. It's just been so weird. So once again, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. I know from my own daughter, you guys have a lot of work going on in other classes and a lot going on in your lives and jobs, so I'm trying to keep things simple. This week, though, the art challenge has to do with what's going on out there, and I really hope that you guys participate. It's makes me feel like there's something that we can do to help with all of this. I mean, we can't have an art show to uplift people's, moods and be proud of you guys in person. We're working on something online, but there's not much we can do as artists except make art and hope that people enjoy it. So my colleague over at Crystal Lake Central somehow knows these people in charge of this thing called Project Frontline, which has got a lot of traction over the last month. And it's basically someone who wanted to do something that was twofold. She wanted to thank people who are working on the front lines. So, of course you think of the medical community first, but that could also be first responders. It could be delivery people. It could be, the police and fire departments and park districts and city employees, like all the people that are still working to keep our lives running as best they can be. And this person also wanted to support local businesses and restaurants. So she had an idea if she created a GoFundMe and people like you, me, whoever sent in some money, she could use the money and purchase food at local businesses, restaurants, etc., and then deliver that food to the frontline workers as a thank you, which has done quite well. I've got a statistic here just from the first month alone. They, that's a lot of people whose food they've served. They've spent a lot of money, and 25 restaurants have had food from them. So it's going great, and it's still going. And what happened, why we're involved, is because my colleague over at Crystal Lake Central knows somebody at Project Frontline and was offering to have her students design thank you notes to go on the outside of the boxes. So these are some examples of what they look like. They're just really simple designs. They say Crystal Lake Central, so that people know that it's a community thing. And the sentiment is kind of general, so not necessarily like medically based, because this wouldn't necessarily always go to medical people. A lot, but not all. But something, uplifting, something positive, something aesthetically pleasing, thanking, being grateful, thankful for what people are doing. And then this is what it looks like when they deliver the boxes. They put the thank you note on the outside. So again, you can see the CLC logo, things that are like stay safe, be well, all that kind of stuff. So she had her students do it, and then Crystal Lake South did it. So now we're gonna take our turn. So what I'm asking is that we kind of follow suit and design these logos. And I'm looking for you guys to design one for me, just like we would for a weekly challenge. But something to note, since there's no school on Friday, that means I need your challenge early, so 11:59 on Thursday. These are the things that don't take long to do. You're welcome to take as much time as you want, but they shouldn't take you that long at all. You don't have to check the blog on Friday, but I'm going to post some of the good designs that I see because, again, I'm a teacher, so I'd like to point out some real good designs. And then know that I'm really encouraging you to do this because they need a lot of designs. I mean, this goes on indefinitely through the shelter in place. So I'll give 10 extra credit points if you design 2 total. So the one that's required and then 1 extra. You can create as many more beyond that. I can't just add on extra credit points forever. I don't usually give extra credit points at all, but since we're in this weird, 10 points a week deal that I'm in, that's basically a free week, right? So anybody who's looking to increase their grade or just wants to keep it as high as possible, there you go. And you, if you'd want to help and you just like doing this kind of thing, you're welcome to submit as many as you want for as long as you want through the shelter in place. So if in 2 weeks you're like, I still want to do another design, do it, and I will pass them on. The teacher at Central has been gracious enough to say that she'll print them and deliver them. So what we need to do is provide her a folder of the designs, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. So what is Project Frontline? Here's their GoFundMe, and I like how they say here that Frontline can be broadly defined. So their goal is to begin with the frontline workers at hospitals, but then it can move on to other things. And also each donation is a double effort to keep up morale for our frontline workers and fuel local businesses with sales. And I know some of my students work in restaurants or families own restaurants, so this is really helpful for many reasons. So this is their GoFundMe if you want to pass it on to your parents who are looking for ways to help. They're trying to reach a $50,000 goal, which is amazing. They also have a Facebook, so you can, follow that, or parents can follow that. And I'm hoping that they'll post, images of our designs once we do that. They also had a little segment on Channel 9 News where you could see the boxes with the CLC logos on them being delivered. So it's gotten some recognition. It's been in the Northwest Herald. It's a legit thing. So how do you do it? I want you to use Canva, which is another online design website, because you can set dimensions in Canva. So it's a little bit more like what we were kind of starting to do in Illustrator. So, and now I'm going to walk you through how to make a design in Canva. So the link is here in the list of musts. So these are the things you do have to do correctly to get credit for this project. I want you to try Canva, unless you have Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop and you want to work from scratch. If that's a go for you, do it. Personally, Canva is beautiful and it's easy and fast, and I don't know why you wouldn't. But it needs to be 4 by 5 inches. That way the art teacher at Central can put 4 on a page and cut them into segments easier. So the size is important, and you can control that in Canva. You have to include the CG logo, which if you click here, I made one that's really similar to what they had made for Central. They had just done a little tiger paw in a circle, so I just followed their lead and did a similar design. So what you're going to do when you click on the link, it's going to take you to Google Drive here, and you're going to go up here to the right and you're going to download it. So this is a PNG, you can tell because of the checkerboard. That means that that circle will go right on top of your design and it won't have the white box around it. So just go to downloads and download it. It should drop to the bottom of your Chrome and be in your downloads on your Chromebook. So another must is including words. We'll talk about that in a minute. Include some sort of imagery or design that connects positive, thankful, or aesthetically pleasing. No spelling errors. We don't want to send something out that's not spelled right. So make sure that you're checking that. And then you have to save it as a PDF, which is really easy in Canva, and then upload it to this folder. So we'll go through all of that in the video here.